222. And consider that the laws and recommendations of the primal power of all life creation also do not give any right to wage wholly consecrated battles, wars, against people of your kind, fellow human beings, because falsifiers of scrolls are slandering, calumniating the teaching of the prophets and bringing dishonor upon it and making you stupid thereby. And also it is not given by any laws and recommendations of the primal power of all life creation, that you shall wage wholly consecrated battles, wars, for the purpose of godliness, religious war, in order to coerce, proselytize believers in gods or tin gods to your belief assumptions, and therefore it is beneath all right of the laws and recommendations of the primal power of all life creation, to bring about calamity and spree death and destruction amongst people of your kind, fellow human beings, through pious religious, give out terror, so that people of your kind, fellow human beings, suffer harm to body and life and possessions, as well as in their inner world consciousness and psyche. Truly, the dignified, honored / controlled battle war presented by the true prophets and through their teaching is the holy consecrated battle war against yourselves, the fight against yourselves in your inner nature, so that you form it for righteousness, conscientiousness, and equitableness, fairness, as well as great-heartedness, dignity, and respect, and so that all embracing love and consonance, harmony, as well as peace and freedom may come about in you in dignity and deference. 223. And never exceed the limits of life which are set, so that you may heed all life and treat it in respect, whether it be people of your kind, human, or the life of animals and of creatures, birds / fishes / snakes, and all creatures that are not regarded as mammals. And as you kill animals or creatures, birds / fishes / snakes, and all creatures that are not regarded as mammals, for your nourishment, do not slaughter, kill them disgracefully by cutting through the neck of the animals or creatures, kosher / halal slaughter, as you are confusingly led to do by false prophets and priests and servants of gods and servants of tin gods, because doing this to animals and creatures, birds / fishes / snakes, and all creatures that are not regarded as mammals, is just as much of a murderer's doing, killer's doing, as when you do the same to people of your kind, human beings. Therefore it is taught that killing animals and creatures is indeed rightful for you, providing it serves the need for obtaining nourishment or amounts to another act of necessity, but at the same time it is given that the animal or creature shall not undergo any pain, but that it shall be killed in such a way that it does not realize that it is dying, and therefore neither an animal nor a creature shall be struck or mistreated in another way or exposed to torments, because it too has a psyche, and therefore the animal and the creature also feel pain and suffering like people of your kind, human beings. 224. And just as you shall pay heed to animals and creatures, so you shall also pay heed to your world, and not bring affliction or pain on it by bringing misery upon it, harassing it, through your unfolding progress, and your gains, achievements, and by the large numbers of people of your kind, humankind. And do not go forth and multiply like vermin, because as vermin destroys itself when it breeds uncontrolled, so would also happen to you by you bringing about your own downfall. 225. And do not exceed the limits in your knowledge, and always remain with the truth, because as you exceed your knowledge you bring your inner world consciousness and your intellect into confusion, and you fall prey to megalomania, so that you then drive people of your kind, humankind, and your world to downfall catastrophes. 226. And think about the truth at all times, namely that true prophets are not envoys of a god or tin god, and are not servants, hands / helpers, of priests and other servants of gods and servants of tin gods, because they appoint themselves to their task mission, through their own efforts, determination / empowerment, and through their own power and responsibility, so that you shall not assume anything else. 227. And consider that if you know all about this truth of the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life that emanates from the truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal wellspring of all wisdom creation, then you will give a full reward for your inner world consciousness and your psyche, as also for your inner nature, so that you may be in gladness, full of happiness and true love, peace and freedom and consonance harmony. 228. However, there are many amongst you who mistreat your inner nature and therefore your inner world consciousness and your psyche, making killers' bits, murderers' bits out of it, because you do not follow the truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal wellspring of life creation, but nonsensically create your own and false laws and recommendations which deny all truth, so that you can thereby satisfy all of your voracity and vice, your avarice, your non-righteousness, conscienceless, and your inequity, unfairness/irresponsibility. 229. You do not give any grace favor to the truth that you can increase, rather you disdain it, and you are proud that you can live according to your own unfair, irresponsible laws and recommendations. But all of you who live according to this false design pattern, you will find neither a true friend nor a helper amongst people of your kind, fellow human beings. 230. All of you, since you came into existence, were created as human beings, have been given the signs of miracles, outstanding things, as the evidence of the reality existence of the laws and recommendations of the primal wellspring of all wisdom creation, and the laws of appearance nature. Therefore a clear light of truth has been given to you. Allow yourselves to be led by the light of truth, so that it may go well with you in all things of existence life. Therefore, you are advised to follow the instruction of the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life, so that you may be fair and righteous, conscientious and virtuous, and all of you may be treated alike, man and woman and child, and that you are rightful to them in all things, and do not play one off against another, but respect one another in honorableness and equality, so that none of you may be more than another, whether man or woman or child. Therefore one shall not receive more than another, but everything shall be apportioned to all in equitableness, fairness, with equal proportions, as must be arranged by the apportionment and the right thereto. Therefore the equal distribution also applies to legacies, so that male and female descendants receive equal shares of their inheritance patrimony, without any differentiation.